Any goal provides you with focus and motivation. But goal setting is never going to be a one-size-fits-all thing. It helps to think of goals in maybe two categories. There are goals and there are stretch goals. So what is a stretch goal? Well, as the name suggests, a stretch goal is super ambitious. It's when you aim for results way beyond what you're currently capable of. Stretch goals usually centre on new or difficult challenges. They might require an innovative approach from you. They're big goals that push you, your team or your organisation to shoot for the stars and achieve extraordinary results. But what should you aim for when you set a stretch goal? You should aim for something that seems nearly impossible given your current level of performance or ability. Why? Because to reach your stretch goal, your previous techniques and routines will need an upgrade. Your existing frameworks and ways of thinking need to be chucked out the window. Stretch goals need a total rethink and complete innovation. Stretch goals are absolutely not about doing more of the same. A real stretch goal requires breaking new ground, different thinking, even a whole new process. Goals like this give you excitement and energy. Just the idea of a stretch goal might sound really alluring to you right now. And it's the same for many business leaders. While stretch goals have the potential for huge rewards, they also usually involve bigger risks. Out of the park achievement will never be simple to execute. It's okay to accept that not every stretch goal will be a success either, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't have some. So what should you do first? When you set a stretch goal, the first thing to ask yourself is, what's your specific objective? As with any other goal-setting exercise, you need to choose something specific. You need to be able to measure your success by giving it a time frame. Next, you really must understand the purpose of your stretch goal. This means asking yourself why you want this. If your stretch goal doesn't line up with your personal values and purpose in life, there's little point chasing it. Finally, you need to make a clear plan for how you're going to get things done. And one question people often ask me is this: should you tell people around you about your stretch goal? And this actually is a tricky question because it does vary. You might find that those around you can't get on board with your challenge because it seems so unrealistic. And of course, stretch goals don't always go to plan, so you need to be aware of how you'll cope in front of others if things didn't work out as you hope. But for some, sharing their stretch goals with others keeps them enthusiastic and accountable. One tip that always helps is to break down the big challenge into smaller chunks. And as you move through those smaller wins, you do start to feel highly motivated from seeing those results already. Small wins generate momentum and more action. And that's because you and the people around you can see change happening through slow and steady progress. You can make significant strides with smaller, achievable goals. They boost your commitment, they boost your morale, and they make you ready to take on the stretch goal. But please remember that these stretch goals, by definition, are difficult. Success is never guaranteed. However, learning is always guaranteed. Are stretch goals suitable for everyone? It's a good question. Some people are driven to reach beyond what feels possible. Others feel more motivated by steady progress towards realistic challenges. And you know yourself best. Are you the type to be energized by a moonshot goal? It might take some thought, but it's up to you to understand your capabilities and your resources and then put yourself in the best position to succeed. If stretch goals seem too overwhelming, they can sap your motivation. That's why it's crucial to have benchmarks along the way that indicate a job well done. Otherwise, the enormity of the challenge can cause some people to freeze and feel discouraged or overwhelmed. On the other hand, people who are pushing themselves to aim high will often overachieve. Stretch goals can lead you beyond what you previously imagined possible. I love stretch goals, but I do have a couple of warnings for you about them. First, stretch goals can go wrong without the right resources, mindset, or buy-in from everyone involved. Second, stretch goals can have a dangerous tendency to prompt unethical behaviour. People under extreme pressure to achieve unrealistic goals sometimes make unethical decisions or take excessive risks. While dreaming big can be thrilling, nothing drives work culture and performance like meaningful success. Everybody loves to be part of something with a purposeful legacy. It's best if stretch goals are about human excellence rather than financial targets. I find that financial targets can bring out the worst in us sometimes. Stretch goals need to appeal to the very best in us in order to succeed. So here's a couple of things to remember about stretch goals. Set your objectives clearly. Think about why and make sure your purpose aligns with your personal values. Start to work on a creative plan of actions to get you started. I do encourage you to set meaningful, audacious goals, but please make sure they're the right ones for you. Please do subscribe to my YouTube channel, just click below, and I'll alert you to new videos, details of the live events that you can attend with me, and other updates. But of course, you can always check my website for more information.